news source. This is the Fairbanks Evening News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Our top story this evening, a woman born in North Pole has been accused of killing a man in Pennsylvania in what authorities are calling a random act of violence.
18-year-old Miranda Dean Barber, along with her 22-year-old husband, solicited the man on a popular site of Craigslist. According to authorities, 42-year-old Troy LaFerrera was stabbed to death after meeting the duo on Craigslist companionship ad. Miranda drove to meet LaFerrera while her husband waited hidden in the back seat. While she gave the signal, her husband and her violently strangled and stabbed the victim. LaFerrera's body was found on November 12th. The couple faces multiple charges, including criminal homicide.
A Fairbanks woman charged with the murder of her young son has been arraigned today in Fairbanks Superior Court. Lynn Swanson is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. She was originally represented by the Public Defender's Office, but in court today, local lawyer Bill Satterberg appeared as her attorney. If convicted, she faces a minimum of 20 years in prison and a maximum of 104. The 24-year-old Swanson is accused of murdering her son, 18-month-old Julian Swanson Bird, who died of blunt force trauma to the head. Trial in the case is scheduled for the week of April 28th.
A Fairbanks man originally charged with assault in the 2nd degree appeared in court today to face upgraded charges in a brutal attack on his wife. Bradford Faircloth is charged with first-degree attempted murder in the December 2nd attack. He's additionally charged with multiple felony and misdemeanor counts. According to court documents, Faircloth allegedly began choking his wife in front of their children until she passed out. The responding state trooper said that he could see bruising already forming on her neck and that she was having a hard time speaking. Trial in the case is scheduled for mid-February.
A 19-year-old man charged with hitting a 7-year-old with his car and leaving the scene was scheduled to enter a plea deal in court today, but the judge in the case has some questions about the agreement. Rasheed Ackbar's attorneys reached a deal with state prosecutors that would have had him serving about 2.5 years in prison. Ackbar was set to plead guilty to 2 felony counts while the other counts were dismissed, but Judge Douglas Blankenship wanted more information about the case. The mother of the victim was in court today and said that with the exception of some scarring, her daughter has made a full recovery. The hearing will be continued tomorrow.
A proposed budget plan that would reduce not only cost of living adjustments, but pensions as well for both military members and federal employees has passed the Senate. The RyanMurray Budget agreement reduces the cost of living by 1% and the working age retiree pension by nearly 20%. In the deal, service members who are not yet 62 would reportedly see the cut that would, on average, reduce their military retiree pay between $83,000 to $124,000. Under the deal, federal employees and military retirees would have to contribute more to their pensions.
An open house was held last night for a new youth shelter in Fairbanks. News Center 11's Monty Bowen has that story.
The new shelter, called The Door, is at 138 10th Avenue. It's a project of the Fairbanks Youth Advocates with a lot of help from other agencies. They started working on it about 3 years ago.
It started with a community meeting from some other partners in the community. Access Alaska and some other agencies were talking about we need a youth shelter. A bunch of us went to a meeting at the city. We began talking about the idea of what, that this community needed an emergency youth shelter, and we ended up, the city ended up agreeing, and we wrote a grant for it, and the rest is history.
The facility was supposed to be built last summer, but it just didn't happen.
So then we began serving young people in the bottom of First Presbyterian Church. So that's where our shelter is presently, and we just serve them there from 9 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning. They can come in and get out of the cold.
Hours in the new facility will be more flexible.
But it won't be so 9 o'clock at night, 8 in the morning.
Could still be a while before the shelter is actually operating, but Monday was another step toward the opening.
So today we just got the keys. So that's kind of what we're celebrating, is getting the keys today. So we're celebrating today, and then we'll slowly move in. And then we'll just go from there, one thing at a time.
The Door will provide 24/7 shelter services, case management, and resources to reunify youth with their families or to find stability. Monty Bowen, News Center 11.
Awesome to see.
Yes, great. All right, well, when we come back, no more daylight loss sparks a reason to celebrate downtown.
And de-stressing college students with help from canines. Stay with us. And welcome back. The Moose for Galena project made a significant shipment today with the help from a local Bush airline company. Everett's Air Cargo volunteered to transfer 2,000 pounds of moose meat collected by the Alaska Moose Federation's salvage program to the village of Galena. Galena lost 17 tons of fish, moose, duck, and other wild game to the ravaging spring floods of 2013. The Moose for Galena project is sponsored by the Alaska Moose Federation, Alaska Village Initiatives, local businesses, and churches.
We just brought up 2,000 pounds of moose meat that were collected up at the Matsu Borough for the salvage program. Everett's here is donating and transferring this out to Galena for the Moose for Galena project. This is going to be on the ground in Galena later today, and they ran out of food about 4 days ago with the last moose being served to the village there. So this is a perfect donation by Everett's, and we couldn't ask for a better partner.
With the holidays fast approaching, starting tomorrow, the Fairbanks North Star School District will be releasing students for early out days at 2 p.m. Students will be on winter break for nearly 2 weeks, starting the 23rd of December and returning the 7th of January 2014. Parents have no fear. The Fairbanks North Star Borough School District has provided a list of winter activities on their website to help keep the youngsters busy for those 2 weeks. You can find the link to the page of activities on our website, webcenter11.com, or you can visit k12northstar.org for more.
This week, we will officially start the first day of winter, but more importantly, we stop losing sunlight, and that's a good time for Alaskans to celebrate. The Downtown Association organized an all-day party downtown with activities for everyone this Saturday. Working in partnership with the Alyeska Pipeline and Badger Towing, they've organized Santa photos, reindeer petting, a fireworks display, and, for an older crowd, a SantaCon pub crawl. The big fireworks display starts at 8 p.m. and organizers say you can find good parking on the streets at the Sadler's Building or the parking garage.
It's really important to us here because it's so dark and it's so cold for so long and we lose light for so long that solstice is it's the longest day of the year, and we get to celebrate the sun coming back. And even though it's seconds and it's only minutes, we can feel it, we can tell. So why not welcome back the warmth? Why not welcome back the sun by having a huge celebration downtown?
Companions Incorporated, or Pause for a Cause, is a local organization of volunteers who take their pets to various places within the Fairbanks area for physical and emotional benefits. Yesterday and today, the organization was up at the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus in the Rasmussen Library as part of the Library Dogs for Stress Relief program. Many handlers were walking their dogs up and down the stacks of books, seeking out students who were trying to cope with the stress of taking their final exams. The dogs and their easygoing manner achieved their goals of helping students to calm down and become more relaxed.
This last year, and it was wildly popular. It's really nice to come out and see all the students enjoying the dogs after a stressful exam or a long study session, and there's nothing better than a little unconditional love just to make you feel better and know it's all worthwhile.
It's helped me a lot. It's always nice, especially when you're stressing out over finals, to just be petting a good friendly dog, and it's just so stress relieving, and it's they're so cute, and so it's really nice.
If you're a woman over age 50, you have a 50-50 chance of breaking a bone because of osteoporosis. And as News Center 11's Monty Bowen reports in this week's health report, having healthy bones takes more than a calcium supplement every day.
64-year-old Cheryl Evans has always been proactive about her health. She says her mother had health problems with her bones. So when she had her own unexplainable fracture in her foot, she knew there was a deeper issue. The first action plan was a bone density test.
You just lay on your back on a table, a scanner moves over your hips and lower back, takes 5 to 10 minutes, and what they're looking for is what's called the gold standard of measurement.
We typically think of osteoporosis as being a problem for older women, but it can also affect men when there's a weakening in bone strength.
I have patients all the way from 30 up to literally 100. So it can vary across the board.
Osteoporosis is considered a silent disease because you can't feel your bones getting weaker.
You don't have any symptoms of osteoporosis. You won't hurt, it doesn't cause achiness, that's more arthritis.
Evans is still focused on staying healthy and active, which means an osteoporosis shot that is injected every night to manage her bone density.
It has a very small needle, and all you do is screw the needle on pull the plunger out, and then you push the plunger in.
Monty Bowen, News Center 11.
The Health Report is brought to you by the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic, located in the Medical Dental Arts Building. Call 456-7768.
So Joe is coming up next, and he's got some sports he's cooking up.
He's got some hockey hoops. He's sprinkling some Raphael and finish with a dash of wrestling. Smell what Joe cooking next.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Joe Cook here with your Tuesday Sports. We start with some men's college hoops in today's Nanook Corner. Alaska's a 500 team right now at 4-4, but this Thursday they host Northland International. Here's more in this week's matchup. The Nooks are in a bit of a slump. They are on a 3-game skid with their most recent loss, 76-96 to UAA, back on December 7th. This Thursday they face the Northland International Pioneers, and UAF wants to get a win before the break. It could help build momentum into the new year.
I thought the 2 games before Christmas last year were really the 2 most important games. Kind of got us just in sync, and we felt good about things, heading into the break. And I'm hoping this game will do the same thing.
The Pioneers are led by Micah Baines and Anthony Lewis, 2 seniors. Northland is 4-10 this year in their last game against the Seawolves. Baines and Lewis combined for 54 points, but that's not the whole story. UAA dominated the Pioneers 149-70. The Seawolves set 6 school records and 4 GNAT records in the win. Now, you would think the Nanooks would be looking forward to breaking some records of their own against the Pioneers, but the Nanooks aren't looking over their opponent.
It's a game of basketball. You never look anybody. So we're just going to come out, work hard. We've had a week and a half or 2 weeks really to get prepared for this game, and we're just trying to get better every day, and hopefully on Thursday we can come out and try to get better on Thursday as well. So I think that's our main goal.
Well, I think it's really important because we're going to go to a break with a 5-4, which is a winning record instead of going with a losing record. I think that's really important mentally for us, just to keep this a winning season.
The Nanooks take on the Pioneers at 6 o'clock this Thursday in the Patty Center. It will be the last competition for UAF teams for 2013.
Nanook Corner, brought to you by Sports Medicine Fairbanks.
Nate Ezel brought back a gold from the 1-3A ASAA state championships this past weekend. In wrestling, the Allison senior finished his senior campaign with a 27-6 record. He got 8 straight wins by pin to finish off the year. The last one in 2 minutes and 41 seconds over Josh Mendenhall of Bethel for the 132-pound state title. Ezel's the first state champ for Allison since Chris Frazier won the 115-pound class in 2007. Frazier is an assistant coach with the Ravens now. Also of note, Gavin Maslin of Glen Allen went 32-0 this year in the 98-pound class and won a state title. As far as the teams goes, the Ravens finished 15th. Hutch was 26th, and Galena was tied for 33rd. Bethel won the state championship with 217 points. Kotzebue and Valdez were 2nd and 3rd. In some high school hockey over the weekend, the Hutchinson Hawks will be feeling pretty good over the break in Delta Junction, taking on the Huskies. Hutch handled business despite being in a building with no heat. Huskies goalie Bryce Ward made 34 saves for Delta to keep them in it. Hutch had a 2-0 advantage going to the third, but that's when the Hawks soared for 3 in the third period. Thomas Lees led the Hawks with 2 goals and an assist. Elijah Barrios, Gabe Medora, and Brandon Rustad also scored. Holden McCulloch and Ken Newman added 2 helpers apiece. The Hutchinson Hawks win this one 5-0. Daniel Slane made 29 stops in this shutout for Hutch. And some more high school hockey scores from the weekend. Monroe bounces back from a 6-0 loss to Glen Allen with a 3-2 win over the Panthers on Saturday. Dylan Steele led the Rams with a hat trick and the game-winning goal with 1:32 remaining. Goalie Nathaniel Bros registered 45 saves and an assist. Monroe is 2-2 in the Greatland Conference and 4-4 overall in the North Pole. They ended their time in the Big Lake Classic with a loss, 7-4 to Homer. Jimmy Cully got 41 saves, while A.J. Hebert got 2 goals. And Carmine Teal added a goal and assist. Teal has 20 points so far for North Pole. The Patriots go into the holiday break with a 5-7 record. And the Junior Olympic Rifle Championships concluded on Sunday at the E.F. Horton Rifle Range. UAF's Lordley Stanfield won gold in small bore with 580 points. She also won silver in air rifle with 383. Catherine Papsadora, the junior from Eagle River, won air rifle with a 386. Hutchinson's Amy Gentry was bronze with a 383, and she also got bronze in small bore. For the guys, the Nanooks' Tim Cherry had the top scores in air and small bore, but could not medal because he's not from Alaska. The gold medalist ended up being Lathrop's Connor Gilliam with a 5.66. He had more X's to break his tie with Tristan Henderson. Gilliam also won small bore. And also at the range was Eagle River's Jacob Nall, who placed 12th, but it was one of his best outings, even as his dad, who was deployed in Iraq, watched the match online.
He's been gone for a little while, but I know with the systems we have now where all of these targets are live, I know that he can watch it wherever he is. Even if he's not there, he knows what I'm shooting.
I came here to do something. I did it. It's definitely a confidence booster. When colleges go looking for new people, they go to the Junior Olympics, and they see my name. I got both of them, and air rifle, I've been there 2 years now. That can really decide something for college teams and scholarships.
That's it for sports. Thanks for rocking with me for a little while. Stay warm, Alaska. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back into the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with you once again, taking a look at the weather. Boy, the clouds moved in fast overnight after we got down to 40 below. But the clouds also brought in some light snow, and we're going to be looking at that for the next day or so. And then basically, it'll be tapering off to cloudy skies. Our photograph night sent in by Mark Schilzon's Christmas lights in their yard. As you can see, quite a variety of lights here. A chair, you got the wood stove, and another tree decorated there. So lots of colorful things going on in their backyard. If you have a photograph to share with us, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. And again, we still have some more photos available, actually in the form of the Fab Photo Calendar. They're available at places like the Fudge Pot downtown, and they're giving those away for free, so keep that in mind. Here's what's going on as far as the numbers. 15 below right now, the overnight low 39 below, our high today 15 below, the record high 38 in 1909, 52 below in 1933, sunrise and sunset 3 hours and 43 minutes. That's a loss of 1 minute from yesterday. Our satellite picture tonight showing more moisture coming in from the west, in fact, moving from the west to east. That's why we're getting this light snow coming across. It's called zonal flow. It shows up even better on the radar as we zoom in around the Fairbanks area. You can see little pockets of moisture moving through the Fairbanks area. That is going to continue throughout the night, it looks like, but not much accumulation. It's very, very light snow, so maybe an inch or two at the most. What's going on across the rest of the state? Well, we have, again, mainly clear to partly cloudy skies over southeast Alaska, clear skies across the Anchorage Bowl down to Kodiak Island, a little light snow falling around Nome, and clear skies at Barrow and Fort Yukon. Lower 48 weather, a little bit of weather to talk about, mainly over the northeast, the northwest getting some showers, but the northeast getting ready for a big snowstorm. It's really shaping up pretty good. In fact, you can see right here on the radar, again, the indication showing the area of low pressure moving across the Great Lakes and moving up the eastern seaboard. That is bringing with it quite a bit of snowfall into the Boston area, it looks like right now. It's already been snowing all day long in New York. Out to the west, things are fairly quiet for the most part. And the overall outlook for later on this week, the jet stream pulling all that cold area and once again across the northern half of the country, while down to the south, it'll be mainly very, very mild and some showers expected there. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow in the northern sections. Looking for flurries at Barrow, but snow in Nome and Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, we're looking also at light snow around periods of light snow for Fairbanks and scattered flurries at Healy and Delta Junction. While over the southeastern sections, skies will be mostly sunny in Ketchikan. Getting ready for a winter storm watch in Juneau, though. Expecting maybe 10 inches of snow by Thursday. Rain and snow for Cold Bay and Kodiak with snow in the Bethel area. And over the south central regions, it looks like nice weather. A few clouds in the Anchorage Bowl, cloudy skies at Homer, and mostly sunny skies for Valdez. Well, once again, time for our weather fact, and this is a really interesting one. In 2008, Las Vegas, Nevada got 4 inches of snow in a surprise snowstorm. Doesn't happen very often, obviously. Again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank, and again, a reminder, as we said earlier, the kids are off. They'll be shortened classes at least the rest of the week. They'll be returning to school on the 7th of January. Here's your forecast. Periods of light snow. Reduced visibilities. Keep that in mind. It's going to be really reduced in the blowing and drifting snow. 21 degrees below zero for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast, only 6 below. with light snow slowly diminishing by afternoon. And the extended forecast again calling for some light snow off and on for Thursday and Friday, once again returning on Sunday. Temperatures again very comfortable, right around they should be this time of year, a little bit warmer at times. Overnight lows will again be dropping down to around 15 below by Saturday night, but that's a darn sight warmer than it was last night, guys. Got down to 40 below, and you are in a very festive
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Sing in harmony or something. I wasn't sure.
Oh, no. We're just getting into the festive
Come on, let's
spirit.
sing.
That's right.
We-
All right, we got to go. So that will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News from all of us here at the News Center. Have a great night.
Good night.